Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. We're down at the allotment again after the hot weather what we got yesterday. Come out this morning and it's so cold, but you still got to do what you can. I've got some cabbages and stuff that was in my polytunnel. They seem to have suffered a bit. My spinaches, they're dried up completely because they were in the little modules. When you got things in those and they're in the polytunnel, you have to keep an eye on them. I'm down there every other day, and so they took a bit of they're very wilted. I don't think they're going to come back, but I've got my cabbages and all that other stuff in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get those in before I lose those as well. So I've got my polypipe hoops and I'm going to try and get these in. Put one in first. So I'm going to try and go as deep as I can. So that's the first one in. Then right. So I'm going to get another one about here. If you want with these, you can get them. I could have screwed them on the outside, but I want to just do them this way. If I want to get them out, I can get them out without keep unscrewing them all the time. So straighten it up. So can see they're not really level, but they'll do for the time being. So I've got another one. So I'm going to do these, get these in place, and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, everybody. So I've got all the hoops in the places where I want. They're not all level because I don't know. They're all the same length hoops, but then some are lower than the other. But it's still going to get it to work anyway. It's just to get a covering over it. If it frosts over, then the cover will frost over, and then we'll still have our plants in. So we should be all right with that for now. Right, so I'm going to get the rest of the stuff and then get my brassicas in, and then hopefully they should be all right till once they're covered. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, everybody, so you can see the breeze is really picking up now. You can tell by my roof on the shed, and you look everywhere, you see the breeze is blowing. So I'm going to work as quick as I can. So I've got some bloodfish and bone and some bone meal. These are my broccolis, what I'm going to put up this end. So I'm going to just dig a hole. I'm looking for any weeds as well. So this is going to put a row, maybe 2 rows of broccoli. I grew these last week. These are the broccoli marathons. So got the hole there. Bit of blood of bone meal. And here comes the rain again. And a bit of... so I'm just gonna put them in as quick as I can. And I'm gonna put them about a foot up, about 12 inches apart. So I'm going to do this as quick as I can, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so I managed to get most of my brassicas in. I'll add some lettuces to put in. I was going to put them in here, but I'm wondering how hot it gets in there, because the way how those ones shriveled up, I don't want that to happen to my lettuces. If we have a hot weekend, then I'm not able to come down, because we don't come down on Saturday and Sunday, so that scorching and drying out was just over the weekend. My carrots and all that are still alright though. My potatoes are alright. I think it's because I've got the cocoa coir on top of them, what keeps the moisture in. I wish I could have done that to the carrots, but I don't think I can. You can see this is just dry now. This cocoa coir just dry, well, for my sweet potato, but once I'll start planting in there, it'll moisten back up again and we're good to go. Right, so my potatoes, what I planted the last time, I can see they've come through already. Let my cameraman come up a bit more. My one potato challenge has come through. I see a lot of people's doing the one potato challenge, and I see them cutting up chitting their potatoes and then cutting it up to different sections where the chit is, and then planting those in several buckets. I'm not doing that. I've just got one potato, which I think is an acoustic or a sapramera, in a bucket on its own, planted it in the middle, and then I'm just going to see how many potatoes we get from that. That's the challenge what I wanted to do, but I see another lot on YouTube doing it the cutting up way, but I think that way is just to me is not a one challenge. It's you've got one potato, you're cutting up into several. It's not one potato, so it's just one potato in a 30-litre bucket, and see how that does. Once it comes up a bit more, I'm going to put some cocoa coir on top of it, so we keep the moisture in. Right, there's not a lot I can do. I want to put the cover up over the brassicas, but as you can see, I've let my cameraman, you can see what the weather's like out there. It's just totally chucking it down now, so can't do nothing. Wanted to finish watering these ones. I just got those to water, and then my strawberries, but don't want to get too soaked. I'm wet, I feel wet already. And you can hear it beating down on the polytunnel. If this was the other polytunnel now, I'll be worried about it with all the breeze and everything what we've been having, but the breeze is blowing, You don't hear no creaks or moans from this one, so I'm quite happy with it for now. So gonna see if we get a break in the weather, then I'll show you what we did out there, and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so managed to get our brassicas in. We just got a little break. Although we've had that downpouring of rain, I'm still giving them some water before I put the cover on. So now, right, we're going to get another drum of water the rest, and then meanwhile, then we'll put the cover on, and we're going to have to call it a day before we get too drenched. Right, so I hope you're liking our videos. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section. We will get back to you on them. So I've got some lettuces and I'm thinking whether to put them in the tub in the polytunnel. That's where I was going to put them originally, but what I might have to do is put a layer of koi on top to keep the moisture in. So I'm going to just get a bucket of water. Meanwhile, my cameraman's just going to get the cover in to go over this, so we can just do that quickly. Right everybody, so we managed to get the cover on. I'm just using these spring clips, which are just the right size, so I'm going to order some more of those when I get in, to use on other beds and that, because I think they're quite handy. So I'm going to order a few dozen of them. I've got all my lettuces and everything, my broccoli, my cabbages and my chard in. I'm going to go up to our polytunnel now. I'm going to put my lettuces in the bed in there. That's what I plan to do. I might put some lettuces up this front bit later on, or in that bed. I'll get my favourite, which is the Lala Rosso. I ain't seen none about yet, but I'll get those in. So I'm going to go up to our polytunnel now. And I've got one bed in here, which I was going to put my lettuces in. This is the cooler part of the tunnel here, which is this bed here. And I've got my lettuces there, which is, what are these? These are salad bowl red and green, and little gems red and green. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be putting them in there, I don't want to dirty up my sleeve again. Got some blood fish and bone. I'm going to sprinkle that up on top. Should have more of this somewhere, but they're good for now. And some of this bone meal as well. Going to sprinkle some of that on top. That's just to help with the roots and that. Get some along the side and everywhere. Make sure that. Right, and then what I'm going to do now, I've got one of my buckets here. I've got my koi, what is already mixed. You see, after that downpour, the sun started to come out now, which is what always happens. You can see on my onion beds, can see all of them starting to poke through now. And what I have to keep an eye on is those weeds. I pull them out every time I come down here. So, but you have to keep an eye on those. And then I've got something what started digging again. But I'll see if it gets any more bad than this, then I'll have to try and find out what it is. So I've got my koi, what is mixed. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put a layer on top of that. I'm not going to of that bed. And hopefully this will keep in the moisture. So I'm going to give it about an inch layer right across the bed. So I'm not going to dig that in. So what I'm going to do, just spread that out. And then hopefully that should keep the moisture in. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back with you. Right everybody, so I've got a layer of cocoa coir on top, and now I'm going to put my lettuces in. Before I do that, I want to thank that subscriber of mine. I went out yesterday, and although we've got one up there already, I wanted to put one down this end, so because sometimes we're filming, you can't see the temperature from there. I've got some little rubber strip somewhere here. So this one I want to put up here over this side, so I can see what the temperature is when we come up this end. So thanks for this. I've got them at home as well in my conservatory, got them in my kitchen. That one, what we got up there, that one has got a wire what goes out the front, so it gives you the outside temperature. So this one's saying 11C, I don't know what that one's saying. What's that one saying? My cameraman. In there 6. 10.6 that one's saying, and this one's saying 11. So I'm going to see. I don't think it shows. It showed there. I think it needs to be a bit higher up like that. But we haven't got nothing to put in there. I'll sort it out. I'll sort it out one day, but I'm going to leave it there for now, so that at least we've got some idea. Or if I wanted to, I could it's got a stand like that. I could put it there and leave it there like that as well if I wanted to. So to give you the temperature of what's going on. So I might leave it there for now until when I sort out it, make it more secure. Right, coming up to my lettuces now. Gonna do my little gems first. Some of these have got 2 in them, so there's a lot of lettuces in here. I didn't want to really break them, but I'm going to have to separate them. Get as much root as I can. Put this bucket under there, and then start from up here. Get them in. and then just put the cocoa coir to keep the moisture in. So I'm going to be putting them about 4 inches apart or so. These are little gems, so they grow straight up, so they should have enough space. So just putting that in and just putting the cocoa coir. So I'm going to do this, then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so I've got my little gems in. So that's how they're looking at one of these raised beds. So I'm going to put my other ones in as well. I don't know if I'm going to have any space for my Lola Russos, but I'll sort that out after. I can always put them in a bucket or whatever, because still, once these potatoes go out, they're growing faster than I was expecting them to, so it's still a good look, but it's just the speed what they're growing at it's taken me by surprise. So, and then these ones have come through already, so that's just a bit surprising. So I'm going to put the other ones in and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so I managed to get all the lettuces in this bed. I've left a little space if I want to put another variety in there, then I've got space there. Don't know what that is. What is this? Oh. Right, so everything what I wanted to do today I managed to do was get my brassicas in, get everything watered and that. I'm gonna have to try and keep an eye on the temperature in here, because I notice up this end is it's 20, it's gone up to 20 C and 53% humidity up over this side. So that's why I think this part of because the sun is coming from that direction, it hits that side more. I think if I put this over this side, it might, it's gone up to 21 now, but I think if I put it over that side it might start to go down a bit. But I know the heat, most of the heat's over this side, so that'd be good for my sweet potatoes when I get them in. And any tropical plants what like heat, like the chochos, they're doing all right. They're like a bit of heat, and the other plants, they're like a bit of heat. The pistachio and my edo, they're like a bit of heat. So there will be plants when I get them sorted what would be going over this side with the heat. Then the part where the cooler bit is in here now, then I'll put all my lettuces, and these are going out. So, and I might put these carrots out as well, just to clear, and then I'll overhaul this area here. I've got in between these beds and over there in front, so there's still loads of space that I can use. I've still got the shelves and everything where I can put things on, so we're good to go. So if you're liking our videos, please remember, like, share and subscribe. Don't just only watch, watch the ads as well. They help the channel along as well. Our views, like I was saying before, have gone down. Every time you go on YouTube they're doing something different, and then it lowers your view. One day you'll go on there, you'll get high views, and then all of a sudden you come and then those views have disappeared, and then it starts going down and then it goes up. And so I don't know what they're doing. So just all we're doing is just persevering. I hope everything is going well for everybody else. Your gardening season is started now, so start putting things in. I'm going to soon get my sweet potatoes sweet potatoes in so they can get going. Um, my okiwani, I had to do those because I just learnt something. They grow up from the water, and when they grow up and you take them off of the main tubular, you've got to put them straight into a pot with compost, which I didn't know. I was putting them into water and then they started smelling, but I managed to save a few and potted some, so I'm just keeping an eye on them. Those are at home. All the other sweet potatoes are okay, and I've sent some out. I've got some to do when I go home now. I've got some more to package and get out. So if you're in the UK and you want sweet potato slips, just leave a link in the description. Um, the postage might be a bit high on them. Well, they're £15 for mixed slips, so I usually send a bit more sometimes as well. If I've got the extras, I'll send them. But they're £15 for the slips and £8.95 for postage, which is next day delivery. I don't send plants by second delivery on that. I don't want them in the postal system. I want them to get to you as fresh as ever. So that's why you see the postage. I know we've had a couple of nasty comments and that saying, why is the postage this, why is this that, but understand that's what the postage system is. It's next day delivery on them, so when you get them you can put them in pots or you can put them straight in your beds, which I will be doing pretty soon. The weather's warming up now, so hopefully I'm going to put a couple in these buckets next time and see how they go, and if they start taking off and they're all right, then I can put the ones in these. I'm still waiting for some more to come, which is my Beauregard and Marasaki, but my Jamaican purple and the Jamaican soft skin and the Okawani, those are the only ones what's available. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and you can see I've got all my lettuces in here. I hope they're going to be all right in here. That's why I put the coir on, to keep the moisture. Got my brassicas outside, so soon. Now I'm just waiting for the pot for the strimmer to get the grass down, and then we get everything going. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. You take care.